Well, well, well. I am here and sincerely, thankfully, so are you. Quick update. I did get offered the job. Very, very grateful about that. I interviewed early Friday, had a great interview, really liked the people I met with. And then much, much later, like around 5 o'clock that same Friday, they called, offered me the position. I accepted. So we're good to go. That stress is behind me now. I'm feeling much better about life and everything. So thank you all for your support, for your well wishes. I really do. I really do appreciate it very, very much. Today, we are discussing the top 5, your first 5 units that you really need to Second Awaken. I'm not doing like a tier list where I rank all of the Second Awakens. This is just if you're a beginner player, a returning player, or you want to start an alt account and make it efficient. This is my take. This is what I think people should focus on. So let's get started. Number 1, no doubt about it, Spectra. Spectra sincerely becomes a Nat 5 when you Second Awaken. I Devilmon mine. I don't care. I don't feel bad about it. I would recommend people Devilmon their Second Awaken Spectra. Her special assault becomes a 2-turn cooldown. It does huge damage. This attack speed break, attack power break, AoE. Oh my gosh, this unit undisputably priority number 1 to Second Awaken without a doubt. Oh my goodness gracious. The team that I used in order to do this was my first Second Awaken on this account, and so this was it. Fran, Lauren, and Lapis. This, the units the game gives you. This is it. Nothing special, nothing crazy. I didn't have Vertiheel at the time. I didn't have Khaki at the time. This is it. And so anybody can make this team. I did level 4. I was not able to do level 5 with this team, but level 4 is just fine for Second Awakening. It's obviously not optimal. Level 5 is much, 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 much faster, but you do what you have to do. Get Spectra done. And the reason that she's number 1, your first goals on a new account as a beginner player, returning player, number 1, you want to get your Giants team at least B10. You want to get a B10 Giants team. You can do that very, very easy. And then you also want to be able to do TOA normal and TOA hard. The rewards, you can't skip out on the rewards of TOA. If you want to be free to play, especially the crystals that you get from TOA, invaluable. So, and then Spectra, she's going to be used in literally all stages of even TOA hell. You can use her, I don't know, in TOA. Get Spectra done as soon as you possibly can. Please, it's important. Coming in at number 2 is going to be my girl Naomi. She packs a punch. She's very, very, very easy to rune. You don't even need crit rate. Just stack crit damage, honestly. She's going to be a very key point to your early game Giants team. She does massive, massive damage. She has elemental advantage, wind versus water, which means she's going to be more tanky. She's going to receive more glancing hits, which makes your team safer. So Naomi is freaking amazing. And if I remember right, her Second Awakening is not that difficult. This was the team that I used. So the trick is that you can't just have a team of Nat 5s because the star grade, like 5, 10, 15, it has to be lower than 15. So if you're using 3-star units, that obviously makes it, that much easier to do. So this was it. Veramos, tremendous unit for Second Awakening units. AoE cleanse, AoE stun, attack bar pushback, paired with Spectra. Oh my goodness, freaking fantastic. I was able to do level 5 with this team. You don't have to Second Awaken Bella in order for it to work. So this is level 5 is wind, and then Spectra is fire. So you have elemental advantage there. Get Naomi done super, 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 super quick, because that leads me to number 3 on who to Second Awaken next, and that would be Shannon. I wish I had done Shannon much, much earlier than I did on this account. Shannon was like my 8th or 9th Second Awaken, and I really regret that. Don't knock it until you try it. When you Second Awaken Shannon, she gains the ability to absorb attack bar. Not only does she take it away from the enemies, she then puts it on herself, meaning she gets way more turns, so she can do her pep talk, attack buff and defense buff way more often than before. Look at this. Attacks all enemies, so an AoE, and absorbs their attack bar by 10% with an 80% chance. So if she, in Giants, you know, there's a row of like 5 units, and so if she does that, she can gain like 50% of her attack bar back, meaning she can get her pep talk up way more times, and it just really makes your runs in Giants faster because you have a attack buff up more often, and safer because you have defense buff up more often. What a tremendous unit. And so the trick is with Shannon, the reason that I said, you know, do Naomi second was because you know, then you can use Naomi to help second awaken Shannon, because when you, it's stupid and it can be difficult, but when you second awaken Shannon, only the monster of the same attribute can enter. So you can only use wind units. So you want to get Naomi, right? That's why I said do her second. Riley, you're going to want to fuse Riley. I groan all you want about that. She's a tremendous unit. You can use Juan here if you want to, but I recommend, you know, you can use your Bernard. Increases the attack power of allied monsters with wind attribute. This is a great team. You have heals, attack break, defense break. I mean, this is a very easy team to use to second awaken your Shannon. Plus, level 5 is water. You're all wind team. This is going to be, if you can get to level 5, this will be very easy to beat. And level 5 is obviously the goal when you second awaken units. It makes it much quicker. So, yeah, this is great. Do really prioritize Shannon. She's going to make your Giants teams, at least at the start, like your first Giants team, way better. Trust me. Coming in at number 4 is probably my boy Crow. I was debating on this. There's a couple of different options you can go with here, but Crow, you absolutely cannot go wrong. Crow is good because he's just a kind of an elemental neutral damage dealer. You can use him in a bunch of different teams, and he's always gonna work because he's always gonna have big damage, and he's not gonna have really elemental disadvantage really towards anything. So you can use Crow, you know, to make your Giants teams faster. You know, you can use Crow and Naomi to make your Giants B10 run even faster, which would be great. You can use Crow in basically all of the Rift dungeons in order to get like your water homunculus, which is a great early game goal to get your water homunculus. So Crow is just an all-around amazing unit. So the team that I used for my Crow was this. Well, no, not this. This is it. Spectra, obviously the number one thing we talked about. Lauren is a huge staple, at least for me, when it comes to second awakening units. I like to do my best to just like face tank the boss when it comes to the last stage, and Lauren basically guarantees that the boss isn't going to get a turn. It makes it much safer. Paired with Spectra, nobody's going to get a turn. So I was able to do level 5. This was the team: Fran, Lauren, Spectra, Crow. Easy peasy. You have these units, you can easily do this. Crow, just an all-around very usable damage dealer. Coming in at number 5, for me, disagree with me all you want, is probably going to be Darion. Darion is another kind of elemental neutral person that can be used in a plethora of places. He can be a good frontliner for your first raid teams that you're going to start doing. That's going to be super helpful. He can be used in Giants to make your teams, if you're failing or you're dying, he can make your runs infinitely safer with his passive and attack break. He can probably be used in Dragons for the same thing. He can be used in all of the Rift dungeons as a frontline unit. He's just an all-around good unit. And when you're starting out this game, you want to prioritize units that can be used in multiple places. That way you get the most bang for your buck. And so, you know, you're building an individual unit that can be a part of like 3 or 4 different teams, which increases their value astronomically. So the team that I used to second awaken Darion, let me go here. There we go. Because monsters of different, you can't have 2 light units in here, which is a bummer. So this was a team I used to second awaken my Darion. Spectra is just, I'm telling you, Spectra is a staple everywhere. So get Spectra done as soon as possible. We had a healer. Darion provides the defense break. Spectra provides the main damage. Between Vero and Spectra was the main damage. If you don't have these units, well, I mean, everyone's gonna have Veramos. He's the first unit you're gonna want to fuse. You should fuse Riley next, honestly. Spectra, I mean, this is it. Like, I don't want to use another team other than this, especially at level 5, because you want to succeed. I guess if you wanted to, you could do that if you have Bastet. It depends on the units that you have. But this, very free to play friendly. Everyone can make this team. Darion comes in at number 5 because he's not going to necessarily make your early Giants team faster, like let's say Naomi or Crow. But if you're failing a lot, he can come in, give your team the extra defense that they need, make your run safer, which is obviously the goal. You want to be consistent, not just fast. All around amazing units. So there you go. That's it. I'll just recap. You got Spectra number 1, Naomi number 2, Shannon number 3. Don't sleep on it. She's awesome. Crow number 4, and then Darion number 5. I think that'll get you a really, really nice jump start. If you are a beginner player, you can't go wrong following this guide. I hope that you do. I played the early game quite a lot, and so I kind of have some knowledge on what I'm talking about here. I'm not just pulling things out of my rear end. I hope that this was helpful. Comment down below if it was. If it wasn't, if you disagree, who's your top 5 priority? I think I got most of it right. Maybe you wouldn't have done Shannon. That might have surprised you. I don't know. Thank you all for watching. I sincerely appreciate the support. Subscribe to Uncle Nay Gaming. It's my second YouTube channel. We're trying to get 500 subs so we can monetize that channel as well. I don't know what game I'm going to start playing. I'm really tempted to do hardcore Minecraft. I think that would be hilarious. We'll see though. Subscribe, like the video if you liked it. I'll see you in the next one. As always, take care of yourself, okay, here gang? This is Uncle Nay, signing off.